Greetings, YouTube. Happy Friday. You know, I cannot remember a week where we saw more and more offers come up in the game than we have this week. It really does feel that notion that Kabam is trying to drain people's units and Google Play or iTunes credit, maybe their disposable income, before July 4th, which is getting closer and closer by the day. But today's deal is kind of a snapshot of where I think this company stands. So here's the deal. We have just gone through one of the most volatile weeks of Alliance Quest and Alliance War ever, where Kabam openly has acknowledged that they either didn't test their fights correctly or that they are now just realizing, thanks to player feedback, that some fights are completely unreasonable or too hard, such as the Map 5 Alliance Quest Hyperion mini-boss fight. So, I had people ask me this week, Prof, do you think we'll get compensation for that? And of course, I said absolutely not, because 95% of the time, Kabam doesn't give compensation for anything that they screw up on. And this is in particular to the fact that some people are still asking me about the Darkhawk compensation months ago. But it's kind of a brilliant strategy marketing-wise. If you screw up on enough things, people will lose track of what you screwed up on because there's just too much to keep track of. And so if you screw up on Alliance Quest and Alliance War and monthly quests and you have bugs and lag and AI issues, there's just too much to apologize for. So it gets to a point where there's so much to apologize for, then you just kind of don't apologize for any of it. And that's kind of the Kabam marketing strategy. So for those of you who are waiting for compensation today, sorry, you don't get compensation. Instead, you get this Alliance Questing Booster Pack where they want you to give them money for items. Now, here's the deal, YouTube. I think 2 years ago, this would be a deal that I'd probably give an A on because it was a ton of items, but at the same time, a pretty small price to pay given the amount of units that you would have to spend on these normally. However, what's changed in the last 2 years? 5-star and 6-star champions. And every time somebody takes a 5-star to rank 5 or a 6-star to rank 2, maybe even by the end of Act 6, a 6-star to rank 3, that health increases. And every time your health of your champion increases, it takes more potions and the revives are worth far less when you have to use them. Keep in mind, this level 3 Alliance Team Revive, for example, 4,200 health. Let's look at my 6-star rank 2 Corvus. 4,200 health. He's got 30,000 health. Now, 4,200 health for a level 3 back in the day. Let's look at my 4-star rank 5. Let's just sort this real quick. Let's look at Starkey, for example. 4,200 health is over 1/3 of this rank 5 4-star. 4,200 health. And back in the day when these first came out, 4-stars were pretty hard to rank up. When you look at a 3-star, let's look at the same Stark Spidey of a 3-star max rank. That's 4,700 health. So I truly do believe when this first came out, Kabam had great intentions for trying to get these health pots and these revives to max up most, if not all, of your health when you're using your 3 and 4-star champions, which is what you did 3 or 4 years ago in Alliance Quest and Alliance War. But of course, as the game has evolved, these potions and revives have not evolved at all because the less that they evolve, the more you're forced to spend units to potion up and boost up and revive. So, what used to be an A offer 2 years ago, now when it comes to, say, 6 stars, I think this is a C- to D offer. Now, there are some boosts in this, one of the greater health, one of the greater attack, and one of the greater champion, and that certainly is still very valuable, not just for Alliance Quest and Alliance War, but for questing in general, especially for those of you that are looking to gain any boost you can to fight some of those BS credit card nodes in Act 6, Chapter 2 that just came out this week. But in general, my plea for these remains the same. If Kabam really is committed to making Alliance Quest and Alliance War competitive and to evolve it, they have to commit themselves to doing the same thing that they've done with the non-Alliance potions and revives, and that's make them percentage-based and not health-based. Or if they're going to make them health-based, they're going to have to double some of these things. This should easily be 8,400 health. As it stands right now, if you're looking to maximize the ability to get potions and revives, but especially potions at a decent price, the best bang for your buck, at least in my book, remains the Glory Store, because every day you have the opportunity to get one of these level 4 Alliance health potions, which refills 6,000 health for 290 or 260 glory, to start off. You compare that to actually spending cash, and it is a no-brainer. So this gets a D+, C- value in 2019. You've lost 2 to 3 letter grades in the span of 2 years because Kabam refuses to evolve the game. This is also why you can run into a level 1 health potion in Act 6, Chapter 2. The same thing that you can run into when you're fighting the beginner difficulty of the event quest. They don't scale anything for difficulty. They don't scale anything for 5 and 6 star champions versus 3 and 4 star champions. And it burns people out. They might think that they're gaining a bunch of money, but in the long run, they're losing a player base. And it's just another example of a short-term gain for a long-term loss for a company that simply doesn't do a good job marketing most of the time. Have a great weekend, YouTube.